Pisces. First and foremost, okay, this is your weekly tarot card reading from, I know, get my shit together, right? It's your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. But my first comment to you is going to be thank you so much for helping us grow. I'm very, very grateful to how much our community, our Pisces community is growing on Born Without Boundaries Tarot. And so grateful for you helping it to grow. So thank you all so very much. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, have a happy holidays, have a happy New Year's, not just New Year's Eve, but a great start to the new year. Remember rabbit, rabbit, it's very important. And I'm sending you tons of love and warmth for your holiday season. Now, back to business. Yes, this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And you should always check out your Sun, Moon. I mean, I suggest you check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign because it's all very important parts of you. If you are wanting to continue the message with me from this reading, I always provide an extended reading. That link is right below in the description box, Pisces. And I hope you guys can join me. Please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. Select all notifications so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Pisces comes out every single Wednesday. And if you want even more content, I got a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation, where I go live 5 days a week now for a daily tarot card reading that you could participate in a live chat. Just follow the link above and you'll get right over there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, then check out the banner for this channel and you'll see in the bottom right hand corner there's a bunch of little social media icons. Just click on the Instagram icon and it'll take you right to my one and only Instagram profile. There's a lot of fraud going around, so we want to try to avoid all the other stuff. You ready? What is your holiday reading, Pisces? Fa la 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 la. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces for the holiday, for the Christmas week. What is your reading, Pisces? For the Christmas week of Christmas. Well, let's start with what we have on the table. A rebirth is assured. Now, this is something I think that you may have given up hope on, right? It's also something that you need a great deal. Like as soon as I flipped this over, it felt like a relief. This is Scorpionic energy. I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio, but there's a sense of renewal here. There's a sense of being able to let go of things from the past and know that you don't live in that skin anymore. It could even be more conceptual in that you're letting go of how you used to see yourself, right? And you realizing that you don't have to be that person anymore, or fit into that skin anymore. It could also be representative of like the World card in the traditional tarot deck, closing one chapter of your life and beginning another, meaning that this is going to be a big new year for you because Jupiter, I believe, has already entered Pisces, and it's usually when Jupiter shifts signs that the new year really begins. And I kind of want to just say that it's true. So this shift from one sign to another in Jupiter is a very powerful moment in our year. And even though we kind of measure our year 365 days around the sun, I feel like astrologically there's a big shift in optimism and the way that we see the world when Jupiter decides to change energies, right? So there is this sense of leaving certain aspects of ourselves behind and being happy to leave them behind. And that can be situations that we were in as well. Should old acquaintance be forgot? You know, that sense of not holding on or being wishy-washy about anything anymore. Trust in divine detours, being open to new possibilities, as well as being open to the prospect of, hey, I don't necessarily know where I'm going. It doesn't mean I shouldn't start going there. meaning I'm going to get on the road and I'm going to trust where I'm led. through my intuition, my instincts. It could even mean that you already have kind of like realized that somebody pitched you a curveball. And what do? You hit it. You know, you hit it out of the park. That's what you do. You at least take the swing. This is a sense of, yeah, something has ended that you did not expect. That's how it's adding up. Something has ended that you didn't expect, but it also marks the beginning of something new. And I say this not to like push optimism on you, but I say this because of see the bigger picture, right? This sense of, no, it's not a sad ending. It's not just something that has been like ripped away from you or taken away from you. Even though there was an ending, you may not have been thrilled about it, but you can also see, in other words, the new beginning comes soon enough afterward for you to see why the old stuff had to end. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Nothing is wasted. Wow. This is Aquarian energy. But it's a higher mindset, like the evolved mindset of realizing why you had to go through what you had to go through. This is also another way of kind of embracing your shadow. Yeah, and embracing the darkness, which that also represents, is not being afraid of the dark, but learning how to see in the dark. And you don't see in the dark, you feel your way through the dark. So you're picking up on these vibrations now, and you're realizing why you had to embrace the dark, right? Or whatever you were going through, it was something that was absolutely necessary, and that actually led to a certain kind of enlightenment. So a sense of this has not been wasted time. In other words, it's a way of self-acceptance, and that's going to help you to be able to move forward without guilt, without reservation, and without looking back, right? There is something here that had to end. Here, let me keep shuffling these cards. But it wasn't wasted. This could also, I don't want to speak too much. Vulture energy is a beautiful energy, actually. It's the natural recycling energy of our world. You know, vulture takes parts of the old and uses them for something new. Which means that in some ways you could be tearing apart something, like ripping something in two, but finding another use for those pieces. And that could include you and pieces of yourself that you're piecing back together in a new form, realizing that you're not wasted. You're just reforming. You're just rebuilding. And then we have think on your feet, more Sagittarian energy. Sagittarian energy at this point is over. We're into Capricorn energy now. But there is a sense of still like being like trust in divine detours. Think on your feet, that higher perspective, that larger perspective. Jupiter, it moving into Pisces is a higher perspective, right? And that's why, you know, we're getting so much of this Sagittarius energy. It's really not Sagittarius energy, it's Jupiter energy, saying that, listen, don't predict, let God lead. Don't see things in a myopic way. See things in a broad way. Be objective. Don't take things so personally, and let things continue to move instead of being worried about where they're moving. Like roll with the punches. Transformation is beautiful. On more scorpionic energy, this is now the cocoon we started out with, and then we're heading into butterfly. And what did I tell you? Your ending is going to be marked by an almost instantaneous beginning. Or you've kind of been in this cocoon phase for a while, and you've been breaking things down for a while, and now it's finally time to spread your wings. That's what I said. I don't feel like there's going to be so much torment here or a long time to wait. There's something has ended, and now you have to shift in a new direction. And this new direction is a direction of optimism. It's a direction of, I'm going to think on my feet. I'm not going to plan too far ahead, and I'm not going to expect anything, right? There's like expectations lead to disappointments. I don't have any time for that. So ultimately, that's what it's saying. It's also saying you could be making new friends. right? You can be making friends in foreign countries, a sense of you're actually taking a detour and you're allowing yourself to go someplace that you didn't expect to go, right? That's also a delightful energy, and it'll give you something to look forward to, Pisces. Yeah, you're not going to be at home. Oh, wow. As I'm talking about traveling, the home card flips up and it says you're not going to be at home. There also could be a change to your normal holiday plans, right? You're breaking tradition this year. You're not, so that could represent breaking tradition, not in a bad way, but just a sense of maybe you're not going to be able to be home, right? Normally you would do something for the holidays, but you have something else to do. Take the change, make the change. Yes, welcome this change. You have to do this. Sometimes you just have to like respond to what you're given, right? And ultimately what you're given is something different. And what an interesting way to herald, usher in the new year. Sing your own song. It could very well be that you are, you're going it alone right now. Like, I'm not saying there's alone and lonely are different things. This isn't loneliness. This is actually, you're very happy. Maybe you're pursuing something that you are working on. You're announcing something, you're sharing something, you're debuting something. This is a sense of, I have to do this. I have to go on my own. I have to break tradition. I can't be normally where I would be or do what I would do. But it's just because this is my investment in where I'm headed now instead of, where I used to be. Oh, my heat just kicked on. No, wait, postpone, pause, say no. Why would we do that? I don't think that's your card. I think that just fell out, to be totally honest with you. I don't think that's your card because I don't think that that's the energy. Or just maybe it's saying no to being at home, but this is not suggesting being at home. Oh, wait a second. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? Ooh. What do you have to let go of? That's thematic for this whole reading, though. This is breaking barriers in your brain, too. A sense of, but I have to hold on to this. I owe it. You don't owe anybody. You don't. This is a sense of, like, something is crumbling. Stop wasting your energy on holding it, trying to hold it together. Because you're wasting your energy, and your energy is best spent moving forward. Okay, let's go on. I wanted to take these cards. We're going to do the Moonology cards too. All the cards kind of like sit in an array, a circle around me, and they speak to me at different times. Like different tunes that pop up. Rose petals. So I think this is a realization and an understanding. Also, opportunities are starting to come in. Are you ready? Opportunities are starting to flood in. These are blessings from on high, blessings from above that are coming to you. You want to accept. You don't want to spit in the eye of God when he's rewarding you, right? Show gratitude by saying yes, thank you, and incorporating them into your life. Even if that means that you have to make some shifts in your life. And then we have wisdom. So this is you knowing something about somebody, despite the fact that they're trying to pretend like it's something different. So there's a sense of certainty in yourself in this card, as well as certainty in what you know about somebody else. And that is where the home is crumbling. Once again, I don't think there's sadness here. I think there's such a knowledge and understanding, and maybe you sat in your cocoon for a while thinking about this, understanding that this has to unravel, that this has to come apart, that ultimately you're I'm not saying you're happy about it, but you are sort of liberated by it. It's also saying, oh, you already know is what this is saying. And you already know that you're at the ending of something. So it's just a sense of how do I get out of my own way and allow this to happen? Well, it's going to happen whether you allow it or not. So the way that you get out of the way is by accepting that it's happening. Like, that's what it is. This is a tremendous amount of acceptance, but you have the energy. Legitimately, you have the energy to be able to accept it now. And I think that's that's your blessing, and use it. Pisces. Like, yeah, something could be deconstructing, or this could be somebody that you know could be moving away from the home, right? And it's coming, it's close at hand now. Like I said, it doesn't have to be bad. It's just that I know this is happening, so I'm not going to struggle against it. In fact, I'm going to try to find a way to accept it. And then we have, you're very close to achieving your goal. What is your goal? See, the way the cards are landing speaks to me too. And what this is telling me is you're very close to achieving your goal, but you've got to get out of the way the old stuff. You're ready to do something. You're ready to move forward, but there's some old stuff here that has to, it's in the way, it's standing in the way of the future. So now I'm just going to ask you to take a second and think to yourself, well, what do I have to get rid of? What do I have to allow to leave? I'm going to ask the cards. Pisces. Okay. Any kind of fear that you're going to have to fight, or that you're going to have a fight on your hands. Any kind of fear that, there's trouble ahead, as in maybe even physical violence. You're protected from this. And if there's you're protected from this. I think maybe even in the physical sense, you're protected from this. Because this is a sense of preparing yourself. You know, there's preparing yourself for a fight, preparing yourself. So somebody's not going to like that you're going or doing these things. Somebody's not going to agree with the fact that you're choosing to go in this direction. And in some ways, it's not that you don't care, but you're preparing for it. You're preparing for it. Because it's essential to you being able to move forward and be happy with what you have and live the life that you're choosing to live. Does this mean that you're breaking up with somebody? It does not mean that at all. It could mean that you're deciding to move out of your parents' house to go live with somebody, and your parents are going to be angry and your parents are going to be pissed about it. But that's their problem, and you have to let it be their problem so that you can move on with a life that you love. That's the kind of energy that I'm talking. And I'm not saying that that's your scenario. I'm saying that's the kind of energy I'm talking about, is that, yes, but I know that what direction I have to go in. And I know what you're going to tell me, but what you're telling me is not really for my own good. It's for your own sense of continuity, right? And I don't have any responsibility to that. So what I'm going to do is the selfish thing, which isn't really selfish, it's just honest. This is where my energy needs to go now. This is where my mind is, and this is what makes me happy. And, take that stand and say, I'm moving on through this. You may think there's going to be a big fight about it. That's usually what this is, like that big fight about it, right? There's not a fight about it. You're protected. You're protected. Even if somebody decides to come at you, you're protected. So where are we headed? Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. I am a child. So, see, I think this speaks to how somebody views you. It does mean that it could mean that you're new to the situation. That's true. You're a newbie here. You're also maybe planning on getting some resistance, or because you've never done this before, like you don't know what to expect, right? Like what kind of challenges am I going to run into? Well, you are going to run into challenges, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, because overall you're protected. So definitely there's a sense of moving forward. This could be about your child, right? Or it's just a sense of you're new here. But also I got the feeling when this card landed in front of me that somebody still views you as a child, right? And that's part of their problem, not yours. Okay. Pisces. Pisces. Wow. Holy shit. Nobody can say that tarot isn't real and that this doesn't work, because like there's like 70 cards in that deck and it's like this one comes out. Moving on, and it's 6. The energy of 6 is Venus. And Venus is what? In retrograde now. So yeah, there's a sense of finally being able to move on with whatever you were struggling with, whatever was holding you back, whatever you had to face that wasn't working out, right? This sense of finally being able to move on and move away from it. Let us see where you are going. Guys, the link to the extended is below. I hope you want to continue this message with me. Please remember to like this video and share it on your social media platforms. I love you, and I will see you in the extended.